So today I'm shooting this video inside. I really should be outside because the weather's still incredibly nice here on the West Coast. But I had something I really wanted to share with you. It amazes me how many accountants I talk to don't think about their business model, don't think about what they're doing with their practice. And to be fair, I didn't either in the beginning. I remember I would just take whatever work I could, and I didn't have a big plan because it was more like, build it and they will come. And it was just kind of building a business on a wish instead of a plan, having an actual plan in place. But I remember the day that all changed. A client of mine was working on a high-end gym membership. Really, really nice place. Like, top-end towels, the best trainers, the nicest facility in town. I mean, this place was top notch, right? And so she built this thing out, and she came to see me about after the first year, and new client, and said, I'm having problems. We're really struggling with cash flow and all the rest of that stuff. And so I did a simple calculation with her. I said, well, what's your price per member? And she gave it to me, and then I said, okay, then let's look at your burn rate. How much are you spending every month? What's your expenses? And she gave me that. And I said, okay, well, therefore, based on that, how many members do you have currently? Boom, she gave me the number. And then I said, well, then you're gonna need X amount of new members just to break even. And I remember the look on her face. It was like the deer in the headlights. It was the, oh shit moment. Like she was, it was like I just punched her. And it looked like she was going to cry, actually. And I felt horrible, but at the same time I was like, well, yeah, I mean, let's look at this that way. And she left my office, and the company never did end up getting up on the surfboard. Unfortunately, it went south because she hadn't planned properly for how many people she really needed to bring on board to make the business run. She had spent a lot of money on this great facility, but she didn't have the revenue model to cover it. So how did this relate to my accounting practice? Well, I finally went back in and I started thinking about it to myself, and I went, well, wait a second, how does that work in my accounting practice? So then I started doing some numbers, and at the time, I was starting out, and I had a number in my head of $600,000. That was my revenue range, right? I wanted to get to that. So then I started thinking about this, and this is what I did. I said, okay, well, let's say I'm bringing in personal tax clients at $150 each at the time, like $150. So then how many of those do I need? Well, I'm going to need 4,000 of those to get to my 600K. Right? I mean 4,000 personal tax clients. I mean, does that make you want to scream? It made me want to scream, and I was like, "Oh my God." Well, wait a second. Let's change this. Let's say it's 300. I'll make my minimum $300. And then I was going to need 2,000 to do the same. That didn't feel right either. And then I was like, okay, well, instead of personal tax clients, let's just go corporate. And the corporate ones I'll do at 3,000. And you're going to start seeing where this starts to make sense. 3,000 per corporate client. I only needed 200 of them to get to my number. And then I was like, whoa, wait a second. Let's keep doing the numbers. And here we go. Now I've got 100 corporate clients at $6,000 a month. And then if I really wanted to get crazy on it, I was like, well, what if I had $12,000 clients? I would only need 50. And then so I started modeling the thing backwards, and I went, what the hell am I doing taking on personal tax clients? Like, it doesn't make any sense. With accounting firms, we seem to think that, well, we've got this excess capacity, we've got the machine, let's put them all in. There's a couple things wrong with this. Number one, it's going to take me 4,000 people to get to my number. Number two, it's all going to happen at the same time of the year, which is horrible. And number three, it's compliance filing work. It's not value work. Clients are not willing to pay more for it. And this is what's happening in the market over and over again. They're not willing to pay for that. So you're going to have to go to 4,000 personal tax clients to get to my number. Forget it. No way. So I started moving myself down into this realm, and that's when things started to change. On top of that, I got away from the billable hour model, which is a whole nother topic altogether. and started capturing this value up at the front end, so I knew that that was the number I was going to get before I started onboarding my clients. And I have a process by which I do that in the Accountant Success Formula. So I highly recommend that you do this in your own accounting practice. Go through this model. Look at what you got for price points. Figure out what your revenue goal is and work backwards. And you'll be shocked when you start doing these numbers. You'll go, what am I doing this for? I need to get down into here. And it made all the difference to me in my accounting practice and all my accounting clients that I'm working with right now. So I'm Eric Solbakken, and wherever you're watching this, please scroll down, leave me a comment, and stay tuned for more success tips to come.